haven't y'all tried Miracle Food yet?
Miracle food.
Mega food.
Miracle Foods.
Miracle food.
Miracle food.
Miracle food.
Miracle food.
Miracle food.
Please support your Black businesses and support your health. This is a tool to genuinely heal people. It's through the roof. I feel like I'm low-key levitating in this bitch. This should be in your cabinet.
It's Mike Ross, also known as Mike on the Mic. He's getting ready for his upcoming 2022 comedy run. He'll be kicking it off at Benny Brand's Stress Factory Comedy Club. Caroline's on Broadway. Punchline Philly. You don't want to miss him take the stage at the DC Improv. Then he'll be coming to the Atlanta Improv and at Chocolate Sundays Comedy Show in Los Angeles, California.
It's Mike on the Mic. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Into it. So the game, as we know, did an interview on Drink Champs. I don't know if it's completely out yet, but they started putting out snippets. And one of the snippets that was put out, the game pretty much came out and says that Kanye West did more for him in his career in 2 weeks than Dr. Dre did his whole entire life, or at least his whole entire time when he was with that whole situation over there. Now, obviously, there's going to be more to the story, but when somebody makes a bold statement like that, I mean, what do you follow up with? So, but anyway,
Man.
that's a powerful statement. When you heard it, I played it for you. What was the first thing that came to mind for you, Sam, when you heard that?
This industry is shady. Industry shady. It need to be taken over, and the game is obviously exposing another side of that. Now, we didn't get the full context. Like you said, it was broken up in a snippet, obviously for promotional purposes, for people to run over there and watch the show, and they're going to. And we don't know the full spectrum of their relationship. But when you look at the industry and you look at when he was involved with Shady Aftermath, coming into the game, doing a documentary, joining G Unit, his claim to fame and the height of his career. And then you think about a lot of artists during that time come back later on and say they really weren't getting money because of their contract situations and no one really makes money from music. And then you look at a 2022 where Kanye is preaching independence and trying to get money for artists, and it doesn't surprise me that in 2 weeks of gaining knowledge and wisdom and understanding of probably what Kanye shared with him, maybe some doors that may have been open to some financial situations, that he could feel like in 2 weeks he's gained more than a situation that frustrated him for probably about a decade or so. You know what I mean?
My thing will be, though, Sam, man, it's like, is he ungrateful, though? Because sometimes it should just be enough for somebody to give you the opportunity. Like, to get you, and I'm not sure if Dre was the actual person. I mean, I know it was a situation that Dre, obviously set up. Somebody put you in a door. Like, say if you're on the street and they put you on a major. Like, is it up to them to go farther with it, or is it up to you? Unless Dre was blocking opportunities for him and things like that, maybe not giving him the funding that he needed. But like, I would have to ask him, like, what did you want Dre to do? So you think that it could be a little bit of ungratefulness coming there?
Yeah, but let's break this down though, because there's truth and then there's this industry. And he's selling a fight. That brother's selling something right now, and he knows it. Like we said, he ain't done an interview on the wild. This joint's about to go crazy, and he knows coming off of the Super Bowl, a lot of the people asking where Game was, people talking for him, a lot of things going on. He knows how to sell. He's a great marketer. He knows how to sell. Great actor. He knows how to act. So when you talk about truth, it could come off a little ungrateful. Maybe when we see it and deliver it in a full context, it comes off more ungrateful. Yeah. But selling a fight, I don't think he cares. It's this industry, man.
Yeah. It's just, what could have Kanye, in your opinion, done for him in 2 weeks? Put him on an album?
Nope.
What do you think?
I mean, the song was dope. Yeah. I don't think it did too much numbers wise.
Right. So what could Kanye have done? Like, I guess give him that push, maybe?
Information. We Kanye's probably spitting jewels to him, like I say, opening doors. I doubt if he put any money in his pocket.
Right.
He ain't making no money doing music. We know that's a farce. You know what I'm saying? So other avenues that Kanye's in, maybe he's opening doors for him. And like I said, when you look at a situation where he probably was felt underappreciated, culminate that with the Super Bowl and people all in his face, culminate that with his managers running his mouth for him and him not being able to talk. And I've been critical of Game in the past, but I'm more so on his side in the situation, even though I really, really rock and respect Dre, just because I understand this industry. But chalk it up to the game, dog. It is what it is.
Do you think he should have been at the halftime show? Whose fault do you think it is because he wasn't there?
I don't care that he wasn't at the halftime show. Right. Should he have been for West Coast? I think that the whole West Coast.
I don't think he's big enough for that.
Pop record. What records would he have done? He has some dope ass records. Hated to Love It with 50. He gonna go in there with 50 and do that? That would have been dope.
Yeah.
Would he been willing to do that? That's something like that. I could see him sliding into doing that. And if he was open to do that, I could see why he would feel a little slighted in doing that. But the second they brought in Mary, the second they brought in Eminem, it lost kind of that West Coast appeal. It came more towards like Dre's joint.
Even though it had to be a 50 joint. And was that going to happen? Probably not.
That would have been dope.
It would have.
He had to been open to it. So would 50. I don't know.
Right.
How would you think of 50 hanging off that joint at 40-something years old in halftime show?
He looked crazy. He looked crazy. I mean, I ain't gonna. I'm fat myself, but the dude, he definitely looked. How we been seeing 50, on Instagram, he definitely was a little bit out of shape. But I ain't nothing. At the end of the day, whatever. That's what people to talk about. Performance was dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think we can all marvel at where he came from, where he started at, and where he came. I can remember back when I was in high school. And people talking about this guy 50 Cent. And I hated 50 Cent back then. I was like, man, fuck 50, because I was a Jay-Z guy and I heard he dissed Jay-Z.
Yep.
And I'm like, man, I'm in my mind, I'm like, man, this dude he ain't nothing but like a little mixtape rapper. I would have never told you or guessed it that he would be where he is today. So shout out to 50, but I'm just, my first meeting with him, as far as hearing about him, I just didn't like the dude.
I was a heavy fan of 50.
Okay.
And heavy fan of G Unit. I fucked with Buck. I fucked with Lloyd Banks. I liked Game when he was in it. I was a heavy fan. And I didn't even like when they were beefing. And I would have loved to see them two come together. But then they went their separate ways. And I'm not going to sit back and compare the two's careers, but I'm also a little bit disappointed in where Game has ended up with his rap career, because I was a real huge fan of him when he first came out the gates.
Oh, yeah.
And you couldn't tell me shit wrong about Game. And I still respect him as a rapper, but maybe throughout his trials and tribulations with this, something went south.
He just didn't make the hits.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a rapper, freestyle, battle, all that stuff. He makes great diss songs and stuff like that, and great music, but he just didn't have the hits as a 50 Cent. That's why I think he fell off at. And I don't always think that measures a rapper is by the hits. You know what I mean? Because if you look over the way he can spit, not necessarily his hits, but he's up there at the top, definitely in the West Coast, and definitely he could be mentioned in some categories for not the top, the best of all time, but definitely in categories like authentic rappers that can get on track with anybody and burn that shit down. I mean, anybody.
Yeah, the Game Dreams, produced by Kanye West back in, I think it was 01 or something. That was one of the hardest fucking records I ever heard. I would love to hear that at the halftime, but that's way too hard for halftime. Right. But the brother was telling stories. He had it, man. He definitely did. And I think that he has an incredible story now. And if he sticks to this lane, there's definitely more lanes for him out there when we see rappers doing so many different things and falling into different avenues, comedy, fucking basketball kind of shit. But salute to the Game, man.
I can't wait to hear what he said about 50. And then I can't wait to hear what he says about the Meek Mill, the whole thing that happened back with him.
You think he's gonna talk about that?
I think they'll ask him, but if he talks about it, I don't know. But you got to put it all on the table.
If he's asked, he'll talk about it. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna run away from it. But we'll see if they ask him. It'd be dope.
Definitely. Did you see this thing about?
To introduce the show, when I sent this to Sam, asked, oh God, that nigga said, oh God, you the man, Cass. I spit white like a clan mask, and I'm a hustler. I could stand out on the beach and sell sandbags. Some things can't last, but this ain't just a podcast. This is Sam Ant and oh God, Cass. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Oh God, driving Sam and riding passenger side, and you heard it out the mouth of the greatest rapper alive. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Oh God, driving Sam and riding passenger side, and you heard it out the mouth of the greatest rapper alive. Go gang.